It's the Showgram.
The Showgram. I am Jim Richards. That's Giorgio Mammoliti, who said what on our radio station yesterday and really picked a fight, I think, with the mayor of Wasaga Beach. What?
You're a good man.
Thank you very much. And Giorgio.
First of all, Jim, nice to be viewed by you again.
So we will be talking to the mayor of Wasaga Beach in a couple of seconds because Giorgio Mammoliti said what? But first, no, you know what? I'm gonna do this right now. But I do want to tell you that for those people who have emailed me and texted me about, hey, your Noose Talk 1010. All you do is talk about NASCAR. I am going to respond to your claims in about 5 minutes time. But first, what did Giorgio Mammoliti say on our radio station yesterday about Wasaga Beach? Because he is threatening to take his game up to Wasaga Beach.
When people are used to nothing really being done, that's a town being run like the old Dukes of Hazzard show, if you remember. I think perhaps, Jim, you could probably get to the crux of the real problem here if you really wanted to ask some questions.
Well, I think that might be needed, Giorgio. So he also said this about a town that depends on tourism this time of year.
The problem that we're seeing in any small town like this one is that when a small town survives strictly on tourist dollars and really nothing else, what choice do they have but to keep trying to do as much business as they can? So while the town might be split in terms of how to deal with this.
So those are a couple of things that Giorgio Mammoliti said, and the mayor of Wasaga Beach joins us right now. Nina Bafolci. Did I do a good job with the name, Nina?
You did, Bafolci. Good afternoon.
Okay. Nina, were you listening yesterday to the radio station?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. There was no fight pick. We were having a good chuckle here in the office, to turn on your radio station and have someone speaking about our community who is so out of touch with reality of what's going on with Wasaga Beach. We felt the need to call in.
Okay. But you were listening.
We were.
So one thing I thought, it was like, well, why are they calling you now? Like, we've invited you on the show to talk about COVID and people stay home. We've invited you on the show like 3 times. Why call us back now?
Well, for starters, we heard what Giorgio was sharing, and he is out of touch with reality of what's going on in Wasaga Beach. I am aware that you've made, I believe, 2 requests that I'm aware of, and I wasn't available at those times. So Yesterday afternoon was a slow day.
Okay, thank you. All right. So, are you frightened right now that someone with the political kind of characteristics that Giorgio Mammoliti has?
You're a bit of a dick, but I still like you.
Thank you very much. That Giorgio Mammoliti, basically, he's got a target on your back.
No, I'm not afraid of Giorgio or him running for the position of mayor or any position on council. I think most residents living in Wasaga Beach come from the city, and they're well aware of George's track record.
Okay, so he said that you run the city, or the city is being run as if it's like Hazard County and the Dukes of Hazzard. What do you have to say to Giorgio about that?
Well, what I will say is during this COVID situation, we were one of very few municipalities who carried on serving our community. We haven't skipped a beat. We did close our doors to the public, but we continued to answer the phones. We reviewed development applications so that when restrictions were lifted, we were ready to roll. Our deputy clerk pretty much single-handedly looked after marriage certificates and weddings over the past 3 months for a good portion of the province. So I think we did a good job of continuing to serve people. And we have a lot on the go. We have a lot of development from one end of the beach to the other. We have a casino being built. Council approved moving forward with a double pad arena and a library. And we have an RFP that will be out in the next 2 months for development of our beachfront. As well as, despite the fact that Giorgio commented on the lack of affordable housing, I can tell you as chair of the county's Affordable Housing Advisory Committee, we are thrilled with the brand new 99-unit building that was just completed in our community. So.
Okay. I just have to say, if Giorgio is listening and now wants to fight back, I am not going to have him on because this ends today. Let me ask you some hard-hitting George Mammoliti questions. Have you ever promised a really huge flagpole and then never delivered it?
A huge flagpole? No, I don't know what that's about.
He promised a huge flagpole here in Toronto and then never delivered on it.
Yeah.
You've never done that?
No.
Oh, he's got you on that. How
Yeah.
about this? Have you ever gone into a strip joint during lunch hour and then claimed afterwards you were following up to make sure that they were doing all of the different bylaw things properly? Have you ever done that?
Never during lunch hour, no.
What?
No, I'm just kidding.
Have you ever taken your shirt off during a council meeting?
No, I have not.
You haven't? Well, he's got you on all those things.
Yeah, he wins.
He wins on all those things. On a serious note, we've heard the mayor of Sauble Beach say that they want people from Toronto to stay home because it's getting a little too crowded. We saw the pictures in Toronto at Cherry Beach. What is the direction to people who love spending time at Wasaga Beach during the summertime?
Well, we love our tourists, and normally we would welcome them with open arms. Sauble Beach is a little bit different than Wasaga. They own their beaches. Here in the beach, it's the province owns, and they are operated by Ontario Parks. We don't have a lot of beach at the moment. So, for now, the province is encouraging people to stay in their area. And again, we love our tourists, but it's a difficult time right now with COVID-19.
I appreciate your time. Thank you very much for it.
Thank you.
Mayor of Wasaga Beach, Nina Bofulci, who was listening to Giorgio Mamalidi.
You're a bit of a dick, but I still like you.
Thank you very much. Who was on yesterday.
First of all, Jim, nice to be abused by you again.
And had to get to the phone and called us up and was on during that segment. That's the segment that you just heard.